5 days ago, I picked up this book thinking it's probably another self help book. 5 days later, I closed it. And honestly, I didn't think I've ever argued with a book this much. There were moments where I completely agreed, and there were moments where I wanted to close this book and say, this can't be true. And I think that's exactly why this book is so memorable. Hey everyone, welcome back to Robert School. If you've been following this reading journey, thank you for being part of it. Over the last 5 nights, I didn't just read this book, I questioned it, I disagreed with it, I reflected on it, and somewhere along the way, it also made me question myself. This isn't a summaries and chapter by chapter explanation, it's simply everything that stayed with me after finishing The Courage to be Disliked. Okay, so what surprised me the most? I thought this book would teach confidence. Instead, it taught responsibility, and the philosopher keeps saying, your past doesn't control you, your circumstances don't completely define you. Even though I don't agree with every example in the book, I loved one thing. It constantly reminds you that you still have choices. That idea stayed with me. The ideas I'll never forget. Okay, so the very first one is life is not a competition. The moment life becomes a competition, people become your enemies. That line genuinely made me stop reading because I realized how often we compare ourselves. The second one was separation of tasks. Whose task is this? It's a simple question, yet it solves so many unnecessary conflicts. You can't control what other people think of you, you can only control how you choose to live. The third one is that encouragement is more powerful than praise. This book argues that praise and rebuke create hierarchy, while encouragement creates equality. I'm not sure if I completely agree, but I understand why Adler says it. And the fourth one is here and now. That was that shine a brilliant light on the here and now, and maybe life doesn't need one grand purpose, maybe life is happening right now. The ideas I struggled with, it was the parent child example, and the idea that parents should never force studying felt too idealistic to me. Some ideas sounded beautiful in theory but much harder in practice, and I think that's okay. Reading doesn't mean agreeing with every page. Sometimes the value of a book is simply that makes you think. Did this book change me? I don't think one book changes a person overnight, but books can change the questions we ask ourselves. Instead of asking, why does this happen to me? I find myself asking, what can I do from here? Instead of worrying about what people think of me, I sometimes remember that's their task, and honestly, I think that's progress. Would I recommend this book? Absolutely, but only if you're willing to be challenged. If you're looking for quick motivations or life hacks, this book isn't for you. But if you're ready to question your beliefs and even argue with the author, I think you'll really enjoy it. My rating for this will be 9.5 on 10. Not because I agreed with everything, but because very few books have ever made me stop reading as often as this one did. When I started this reading journey, I thought I was reading a book. Today, I feel like that the book was reading me. Maybe that's what great books do. They don't simply give you answers, they quietly change the questions we carry. Thank you for joining me on this first reading journey. This was just the beginning, and there are many more books to read, many more ideas to question, and many more conversations to have. Until then, read, reflect, and grow. And don't forget to become 1% better each day.